Today, Joseph Smith History, Chapter 1, verses 1 through 26.
This is one of the most significant events in the history of the world that we're going to cover today. The first vision is going to change everything, not just for members of the church moving forward, but for the whole world. It's this opening up this glorious dispensation of the gospel, called the dispensation of the fullness of times in these the latter days. Before we jump into the story here in Joseph Smith history, let's set the stage. Joseph Smith gave 4 different accounts on different occasions of what happened to him on that early spring morning in that grove that we now call sacred. So, to quickly overview these, you can find great detail on each one of these accounts that we're not going to cover in this video. The church has produced a beautiful topic in their topics essays that you can go in and read each one of these and see the similarities and where he points out different elements. Just in quick overview format, the 1832 account, the first one, is the only one written by Joseph Smith himself in his journal. So it's handwritten by Joseph, and he's going to focus on the feeling of seeking forgiveness. He's wanting salvation, and he emphasizes that in here. And in the 1832 account, he mentions the Lord appeared to him in that account. And some detractors have looked at that and said, oh, well, then he's making things up later on when he mentions Father and Son. We'll talk about that in a minute. The 1835 account was given to a man by the name of Robert Matthews, who was a visitor in Kirtland, Ohio, and Warren Parrish recorded Joseph's telling of his experience into Joseph's journal. So this is the Warren Parrish recording into Joseph's journal. And in this one, he is going to introduce the 2 characters where one came first and then introduced another one second. He'll talk about seeing angels as part of the vision as well. The 1838 account is the one that we are going to be covering today because it's the one that is printed in our Pearl of Great Price. It was originally published in the Times and Seasons, the paper of the church at the time. That's the one that most of us are all familiar with. The 1842 account comes from the Wentworth letter. So Joseph wrote this letter to the editor of the Chicago Democrat, a publication in Chicago at the time, who had asked him questions about the church. It's in that letter that you also get the Articles of Faith. Now, there were 5 additional second-hand accounts that we have of the first vision. So we have a total of 9. 4 of them from Joseph, recorded by others in 3 of the cases, and then 5 others. Orson Pratt, Orson Hyde, Levi Richards, David Nywhite, and Alexander Nybar. And they all focus on slightly different things